I want to start this video on prefacing that you have every right to believe in what religion. I'm not trying to discourage or anything before I talk about this because this is such a sensitive subject. And me being me, I don't really give a fuck about that because this honestly really needs to be talked about. This really needs to be talked about. So I don't care at all. We are going to talk about this situation of this woman who ran a social experiment on TikTok. I forgot her name. It's like Nakila. It's like NIK something. But if you just look up calling churches for baby formula, you'll find her page right there. This woman literally stumbled across my For You page like a day or two ago, but I didn't have time to make this video until today. So she called up because what's happening in the world right now with everybody losing their SNAP benefits, food stamps, and all that good stuff, whatever, which is so fucking cool to live in America where the government can't help their people, but the people can help their own people, which is crazy. So this woman decided to run a social experiment to only a social experiment. Nobody got harmed at all. It was just a simple phone call. That was it. So she called up, what is it, 42 churches to see if they can give a mom who can't afford to get baby formula from the church. And she was playing like baby audio noise in the background, whatever, just to make it sound more believable and whatever. And, to all my people who go to church or whatever, I'm not talking about the people who attend to church. That's not what I'm targeting here. I'm talking about the people who runs the church if they are able to help a person in need, because in the Bible they say love thy neighbor, help thy neighbor, or whatever the fuck. Y'all can correct me on that shit. I don't care. All I know is with that Bible and everything, it's all about helping your neighbor, loving your neighbor, or something along those lines. Again, I could be corrected upon that because I used to go to church. So I'm out of that. So it's not really my thing. I don't discourage people who go to church. I don't discourage people who have their own beliefs. Everybody is entitled to believe in whatever they want to believe in, you know, all that good stuff. Out of those 42 churches, only 9 of them said yes, and 33 denied it. And it sparked a whole outrage on the more church, on the pastors and everything that are disfaming this person and calling her a bunch of names, saying, "Oh, this is the work of the devil." I'm like, dude, it wasn't even that big of a deal. And then non people, like people who I don't know that don't go to church or whatever, they're making videos about this woman, like discouraging her about like, "Oh, how dare you, test these people." And it's just like, yeah, because the one safe place, a safe haven that people all will believe in can't even help, even if it was a real situation of a mother that really needs baby formula for the child. And let me preface this that it is not cheap to get baby formula, especially like with the more nutrient ones. Yeah, no. And out of all the places that would the last place that you think that would not help you would be a fucking church. The places where like people go to put their faith in God and whatever. And I'm not trying to like um discourage all that. Like that's fine and everything, but it's just like giving like a bad reputation of not the church itself, but how people are just running it. Because churches are funded through some way, shape, or form. There's no fucking sugarcoating it behind that. You see all these places that, especially in fucking Florida, dude, there's so many fucking churches, and I'm just like, how is that even possible? They get like the First Baptist Church, First Minister. It's just like, it's weird to me, but I'm not saying it in a bad way. It's just like there's so many. I don't know why there isn't just like only one, or a couple dozen. But anybody can say, "Oh, we need this. We need it for each county." I'm like, you know what? That's whatever. Y'all do you on that. But it's just like the whole negativity around it, and it's like it's not even like the more harmful experiment at all. Nobody got hurt or anything at all. everybody literally just got their feelings butthurt because this woman exposed how the organization are running it. And it's just like, do you really blame the woman or do you blame the people who run it and don't really be helping their people in need? You know, if even if they're sugarcoating it or like twisting the narrative like, oh, if it was the member of a church, you know, we will help them. It's just like, no, dude, like, you, it shouldn't be just only that person who attends. It should be like anybody. Again, love thy neighbor type shit. So like, what's up with that? Like, are we just not, you know, putting the whole faith of God that people are preaching about? It's really such a stupid thing. And again, I'm not discouraging anybody who goes there. I'm just discouraging the type of behavior and response that this woman is getting, because why is it that she's getting, you know, that type of hate? If it was an actual real mother, would people actually still be discouraging? Or it's just fucking ridiculous. And I seen a video of this guy going to a bunch of dope boys, crack dealers are giving this person money to help a woman in need. And it's just like, bro, like, we got out here street doctors helping out their own community, but not a church. And like, does that really, does that need to be said more of like what tells you about what's happening right now in our society when we're facing a really bad not epidemic, but like, I forgot another word, when we're facing, oh, when we're facing a crisis that's affecting millions of people, and we can't rely on, you know, one faith that people put into to actually put, you know, the help that, get the help that they actually need. Like, again, you would think a church would be the last place to deny you any type of help, even if it's just a simple, I need formula for my child. It's not even about the mother, it's about a child. And it's like kind of crazy because I watched a couple of her videos, and like, the notes are just crazy. They just curveball any way, shape, or form to not give them the, to not give this woman like any type of response. And like, to the people, people are like saying like, oh, with like, if you go to the other religion, like with Muslims or whatever, they would help her or whatever. But yeah, because that's their belief system, and like, that's how that type of organization, you know, with different religions, like, you know, they help people a bit differently, but like, that's part of it. But well, like with church, a more universal staple, stamped upon, pushed upon thing that's been happening for over hundreds of years, well, not hundreds of years, like, or yeah, hundreds of years or so. It's like kind of ridiculous that we're kind of facing a crisis and it's not being helped upon. So, you know, watching those videos just kind of opened my eyes a bit more of just like, why would I, for me personally, it wouldn't even help me in the slightest to even go to one. If like, if you can't help anyone, then what's the point of attending, in my opinion? You know, that's just me personally. Again, I'm not discouraging anybody who goes. That's just the way I'm looking at it. And I do have some people that do go there. Like, I do know a couple people and they're just nice folks and whatever, but it's just like, seeing this, it's just like makes me a bit like having second guesses of just like, you know, how that is being like shown. Like, I'm not, again, the people who run it, just not the people who attend. Those are two different groups that I'm talking about here. But yeah, it's just a really wild situation to see such a harmless social experiment that's being blown up a lot more. But yeah, that's just it for that, man. That's just ridiculous the way things are going about that. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment sections. If not, that's okay with me. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Senegos339, and I hope y'all have a wonderful morning, night, day, evening, whatever the occasion is. Take care, stay safe, and all that good jazz, guys. But anyways, later.